It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April 26th, the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Vancouver Canucks in Game 3 of a first-round best-of-7 series. Series currently tied at 1-1 as we start Game 3. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Zucker, Sissons, and Beauvillier, Jankowski, Novak, and Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Sherwood. Your defensive pairings are McDonough and Yossi, Luzon and Carey, Stastny, and Shen. UC Saros gets the start on home ice at Bridgestone Arena. It takes to 2:46 into the game for the first action to take place, and it's DeSmith coming over the save on Jankowski. It's the first shot on goal of the game. He did give up a long rebound on this first touch. 3:51 of the first period. DeSmith comes up with the save on O'Reilly from the slot. At the 4:57 mark, we find our first penalty situation of the game as Joshua is called 5-minute major for boarding. It is reviewed. It is reduced to 2 minutes. And that power play for the Nashville Predators would yield 0 shots on goal. A strong, aggressive penalty kill by the Vancouver Canucks. At the 10:05 mark, just crossing over the middle of the first period, is DeSmith coming up with a save on Carrier, giving up another rebound here on this situation. We see Myers off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking at the 10:07 mark, so right after the save on Carrier. DeSmith comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg, but again, that would be it for the Nashville Predators power play. Another missed opportunity here early in the first period. At 12:28 of the first period, though, it is McCarron off to the box. 2 minutes for goalie interference behind the net. No single justification for this penalty. There was no route at any point in McCarron trying to stop or avoid the hit. He went into him on purpose. He earned that penalty, and the Vancouver Canucks go on the power play, and their first shot on goal by Miller goes in through the heavy screen. The Vancouver Canucks break through and lead 1-0 here in Game 3 at Bridgestone Arena. At the 14:29 mark of the first period, it's McDonough off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. This perhaps should have been a holding the stick on Vancouver, the old chicken wing play unfolding right here. McDonough, though, suffers the consequences. Saros comes up with a save on Miller. It's his first save of the game, coming at 14:29 of the first period. Saros thinks with another save on Miller at the 17:32 mark of the first period. Is Bluger off to the box. 2 minutes for putting the puck over the glass and into the crowd. Delay of game. DeSmith comes up with a save on Evangelista, but another strong and very aggressive, solid Vancouver penalty kill here stifles the Nashville Predators. We hit the end of the first period with the Vancouver Canucks leading 1-0, and the Nashville Predators out shooting Vancouver 5-3, each team with plenty of special teams opportunities. At the 27-second mark of the second period, we find DeSmith coming up with a save on McDonough. The action picking up quicker here to start the second period than it did to start the first period. 1:30 now of the second. It's DeSmith coming with a save on Sissons. The puck trickles through. It is cleared, not quite off the goal line, still a few inches from the goal line, perhaps not enough momentum to even get to the goal line, but still, puck in a dangerous area after trickling through, cleared away by Myers. 1:43 of the second period now. Saros, a save on Pettersson. An outstanding save right here, sliding across to the weak side post and coming up with the pad save at the 4-minute mark of the second period. It's Saros coming with a save on Myers. 4:16 now of the second period. It's Yossi off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. That's where we're going to find Besser getting his first goal of the series. It was a redirect at the top of the crease while he was absorbing a big hit. The classic go to the hard areas and take the hit to earn the play, and Besser does that right there, picking up his first goal of the series. Vancouver now leads 2-0 on 2 power play goals in the first 25 minutes of the game. 4:47 now into the second period. It's UC Saros coming with a save on Pius Suter at 5:58 of the second period. It's DeSmith coming with a save on Shen. We see a scrum after the whistle right here at the 7:10 mark of the second period. It's Saros coming with a save on Mikheyev at the 7:57 mark of the second. It is DeSmith coming with a save on the captain, Roman Yossi. First time we've heard his name on the offense in this game. 13:08 now, several minutes there without any action happening, so we're crossed over the middle point of the game. It's DeSmith coming with a save on Forsberg, and then Luke Evangelista bringing the rebound jam, also saved by DeSmith. Up to this point in the game, DeSmith's best save sequence. 13:15 into the second period. It's Hughes and Evangelista off to the box. 2 minutes for roughing. This leads to a 4-on 4-on-4. Hard to believe that Evangelista and the Nashville Predators did not end up with a power play. I understand the 2-on-2 evening up there for the scrum that occurred along the wall, but to not have added the initial penalty as an extra 2 minutes, that's hard to understand right there. So we see a 4-on-4 situation, but at 14-19, we see Miller and Nyquist also off to the box, 2 minutes each, which will extend the 4-on-4 scenario. And again, this was a situation where Nyquist seemed like he was just trying to get to the bench to get a line change, could not get through the 2 Vancouver Canucks penalty, and ends up in the box. 15:54 now. The second period, it's DeSmith coming up with a save on Shen. 16:49, DeSmith coming up with another save on Shen. 17:51 now in the second period. DeSmith comes up with a save on Carrier, and you see a pattern developing here over the final 5 minutes of the second period. The Predators are getting shots on goal, but they are coming from long range and distance, and they are frankly not much of a threat on DeSmith. 19:48 of the second period. It's UC Saros coming with a save on Pettersson. We hit the end of the second period. The Vancouver Canucks have extended their lead to 2-0, and our Nashville Predators are out shooting Vancouver now for the game, 16-9. So the Preds, with 11 shots on goal in the second period, are out shooting the Vancouver Canucks for the entirety of the game at this point, and they're starting to open up that margin by quite a bit at the 28-second mark of the third period. Into the clean sheet, the Nashville Predators looking to generate some momentum, and it is DeSmith coming with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. At the 2-minute mark of the third period, it is DeSmith coming with a save on Colton Sissons. Then we find ourselves at 2:43, and it's DeSmith coming up with a save on Tommy Novak. 3:34. Saros comes up with his first save of the third period. It is on JT Miller. Predators back to work on the offense immediately at 4:31 as DeSmith comes up with a save on the captain, Roman Josi, again trying to assert himself here in the third period and lead the Predators on a comeback. The 8:40 mark, taking some time now between some action. The 8:40 mark now to the third period. Saros coming with a save on Miller's long shot. No real threat right here, but only the second time in the third period that UC Saros has touched the puck. The 9:07 mark of the third period. It is Bosser off the box. 2 minutes for tripping on Carrier in the offensive zone. Smith is going to come with a huge save on O'Reilly, and then Zadorov is going to play the puck over the glass into the crowd. That's going to be a 2-minute penalty for a delay of game, leading to a 5-on-3 scenario for 21 seconds. O'Reilly, great job winning the face-off initially, making DeSmith come up with a huge save on O'Reilly while down and out. The Preds got the face-off, got control, got the Vancouver Canucks moving and scrambling, and O'Reilly had the look he wanted and could not beat DeSmith while he was down and out. Multiple missed shots by the Nashville Predators over the remainder of the 5-on-3 would lead to the Predators being unable to do anything with the remainder of their 5-on-4 as well afterwards. 12:01 in third period. DeSmith comes up with a save on Luke Evangelison's 14:45 mark of the third. DeSmith comes up with a save on O'Reilly's deflection. 14:49 of the third period. It is DeSmith coming with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. And at 15:15, DeSmith another save, this time on Ryan O'Reilly. 16:48 out of the third period, the Predators finally break through. It is Luke Evangelista with his first goal of the series. It was a wrist shot with Colton Sissons setting the screen on the flyby. Some question as to whether this could have been some disruption to the goaltender's attempt to make the save, but no challenge here. So Evangelista's first goal of the playoffs makes it 2-1 in favor of the Vancouver Canucks, with the extra attacker on. DeSmith comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. DeSmith at 18:23 comes up with another save on Philip Forsberg. The Preds over the final minute and a half unable to get any pucks through on net. Pucks were being blocked, shots being blocked, and Vancouver did to the Nashville Predators in Game 3 what the Preds did to Vancouver in Game 2. They just reversed the roles in this one. The Vancouver Canucks win Game 3 by a score of 2-1. The Nashville Predators outshoot the Vancouver Canucks 31-12. So the Vancouver Canucks had 3 shots on goal in the first period. They had 6 shots on goal in the second period, and they had 3 shots on goal in the third period, but they score the 2-1 victory. They block a massive amount of shots. We'll have the final stats when we do the box score coming up here in a couple of minutes. But for the Nashville Predators, frankly, after the first 10 minutes of the game, the Vancouver Canucks out-competed them, outplayed them, and played a more desperate hockey game than the Nashville Predators did, protecting DeSmith, protecting the hard and dangerous areas. And the Predators unable to break through in this one. Kind of disappointing here. A lot of hype, a lot of excitement, a lot of emotion around Game 3 coming back to Bridgestone Arena, and the Nashville Predators unable to get it done. The Vancouver Canucks now have a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series here in the first round, with Game 4 coming up at Bridgestone Arena on Sunday. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap.